Hey guys, Joe here for another video, another update of what's been going on in my life as well as my business and all the adventures and endeavors that I've been going through. It's something that just caught my mind I wanted to make a video about was how people that go into business or entrepreneurship or whatever they want, they usually try to follow a model, or they want to put in like they have this idea of what their life should look like, and it usually stems from what everybody sees from like a fun, entrepreneurial life to what a successful businessman, what his hours look like. But what I want to share was that there's no real right way. I think you have to create your right way, and as you do it, you create your own systems for your own business, for your own life, and along that, you do that without sacrificing of who you are as a person in the core. And I think when that comes together, you start forming a system in your business, and you start setting rules for employees to follow and all of that. So like one thing I want to share about is utilize your strengths, first of all, to get by wherever. If you're starting off, capital is huge. So one thing you need to do is you need to save up on everything that you don't need excess spending on. So for example, my barber, this is a fun story, my barber, he raised the price on just basic haircuts. He raised it up by like $5, and for me, I wasn't willing to pay an extra $5. So what I did was I was like, I'll cut my own hair. So I started teaching myself how to cut my own hair, and maybe I'm not like the perfect, barber or hair, whatever, salon person, but I could get by with cutting my own hair. And if I do the math, if it was going to cost me with, tip and everything, $30 a haircut, and I need to get it once a month at least, right? Probably more often than that, then if you do the math, if you extrapolate it out, even if you do it once a month, that's almost $30 a month saved per, and then if you just extrapolate it out for the year, I don't know, I can't do that math that quickly in my head, but it's maybe I could do it. It's 360, let's say 12 times 30, so $360, I guess, something like that, saved for the year. And then my brother also gets haircuts, but I just do it for him also. So if you double that, that's over $700 saved, I would say. So you save money here. Same thing with food. We don't go for expensive restaurants or anything like that. We eat what's affordable. We eat. Sometimes it could be a little unhealthy. So I'm young, so I'm kind of taking advantage of it. It's not good, I know, for my health, but there are some great fast foods that have it for cheap. But we recently found a deli nearby. It's very healthy, so we've switched over to that because that deli was also pretty cheap for that. But you save in different places, and you make a system as you go. There's no need to live like all of your friends and compare with all of your friends of how they're living life, because if you chose a business life, and even if you didn't choose a business life, it's your life. You got to figure out what's right and what's wrong for you, and what works and what doesn't work, and I think you have to be engulfed into your own story of the story of your life. I'm engulfed into the story of my life. I'm not saying that I'm all self-centered and like I'm the star of the show or anything like that. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying is I thoroughly enjoy the life I'm living. I thoroughly enjoy the adventure I am on, and I thoroughly enjoy the challenges that come and the victories that come with it too. One thing that happened today I never thought would happen was we just lost J.Rue because they gave the trademark away to somebody else. So that was a big hit on our end. But what was crazy was the trademark for our brand came out, which I made a video on. And with that trademark, we protected all our products. We kicked off and reported all the sellers that were selling under our listing. And today I get a call from one of the sellers we reported, earnestly asking for a violation retraction because their Amazon account, I guess, got frozen or suspended or something, and they're not allowed to sell on it right now. And I think I don't think it was just my report that did it. I know because I've been reported before about violations that one violation isn't enough, but I'm assuming I was one of the violations that triggered their account being suspended. And I think this is where you not losing who you are as a person comes into play. I mean, I've been screwed over before, so I don't think anyone would blame me for saying, rough life, hard stuff, like that. It is what it is, and this was us protecting our brand, and I don't think there'd be anything wrong with that. But I think some of the emotions I felt today was I thought I would be so happy, that the tables have turned and all of that. But when it came down to it, I really felt for that seller, especially when I was talking to the person on that side. As a fellow seller on Amazon, I really felt for the heart-sinking feeling that they must be going through, especially because we just went through it. I think there was a decision that had to be made of, do I retract or do I stand firm? But for this case, after talking it out and after getting all the parameters, I'm not stupid enough to not just blindly retract, but after getting all the agreements in place, knowing that they won't come onto our listing or any of our brand again, we decided, we went ahead and retracted it so that they have a fighting chance, essentially. It's Q4. We know the type of business that can be generated during Q4, but for an account to be shut down for one violation and possibly ruin the livelihoods of a bunch of people, I don't think that sits well with me as a person, and that's not what I want for any other seller. I've always been it. Let's be honest and let's win honestly, and that doesn't mean stepping over other people to win. It means just working that much harder, putting in that much more effort and thought, and just outplaying everybody else on a fair playing field. So that's my business way. And down in the core, yes, I know the path it's going to take a little longer, but I think it's going to be the right way, and it is the right way, and I truly believe that. So that's the direction I'm always going with. So yeah, I just wanted to share that there's some crazy stuff happening. It's literally been like a couple weeks since we lost the company, and within that time the tables really did turn, and we were able to take ownership of all our listings through our trademarks. And for the first time, we even got a call asking for help, essentially, and for forgiveness, and they apologized. They said they would recall everything back, when you're given that kind of an opportunity or chance where the positions have been flipped, I think it's so important that you remember how you got here, all the people that has helped you, and all the things that happened of, when we violated a trademark, for us unknowingly, because we genuinely had the invoices and everything. So we could have proved our way out, but what we were able to do is give a phone call and then work with them, and they were willing to work with us to get everything settled out so that my account wouldn't even face any kind of flagging or any kind of situation where it gets shut down or my listings get temporarily blocked or suspended. So I think it's so key during the times where you have a chance to help somebody, even if they were the ones who wronged you. You really have to think back and try to see where your core ideas are, and never to forget that, because as you grow, I think it is easy to forget, but I think in life, no matter what it is, business or even just a 9-to-5 job, just never forget how you got there, the work you put in, and I think it's the payout is so much greater in the end. Whether you probably won't see it immediately, but I think in the future when you look back and reflect, there's just going to be so many moments where you realize that it was the right move to do it that way. So yeah, that's something I wanted to encourage you guys on. Also share, of what happened recently. We're still working to get all our pallets out. Some of the pallets you saw, I think 1 or 2 videos ago, we had 11 pallets that needed to go out. It went out today, so I feel really good about that. But we're in the process of making hopefully another 11 or 12 pallets so that we can send it out. And then after that happens, we will hopefully wait on the import. It's being a little delayed, unfortunately. China has a huge national holiday break, which is the first week of October. So I don't think our container is going to ship until after that. So I'm just praying that the container gets in time before Christmas sales. But at this point, it's out of my control, and all I could do is message asking them to just speed it up as much as they can. But yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated with that. I'm super glad I was able to share this story with you. Thank you so much for listening to me and just going on this journey with me. If you have any comments or questions, please just post them down below, and I definitely read them, and I'll try to respond if I can help in any way. Yeah, I thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to just stay on my journey, and I'll catch you in the next one.